Hey everybody, a new day, a new package. I think I know what this is, and the one thing I can say is this guy has taped this thing from the gizzard to the gulch, as my mother would have said. So, breaking out said trusty scissors, let's see if this is the book I ordered. If so, there is another copy of this book in the rare book room, but not this edition. So let's find out together. I dare say it's well wrapped. I think. Yes, indeed. This, good people, is a copy of a story called Nell at Bridewell. There we go. It is the 1900 edition, which makes it about 123 years old. And it is this in the original German? No, translated from the original German. The story begins with its title page, Nell at Bridewell, Menschen in, oh God, my German is horrible. Actually, my German is non-existent. Description of the system of corporal punishment, flagellation, flogging for those of us who aren't familiar with the old term, in the female prisons of South Germany up to the year 1848. A contribution to the history of manners. I didn't write that one, I'm just reading what it says. From the German of W. Reinhardt. It was published by the Society of British Bibliophiles in 1900, and it's one of those publishing houses that I'm always looking for works from, mostly because they are so rare. Now, I bought this because it was the 1900 version, copyright by Psyche Press. Interesting. Lots and lots of wonderful little print, stories about the author. This one is non-illustrated, although we have one in the library that is. Now, Bridewell, for those of you who are not familiar, Bridewell was a prison that I think was instituted in Germany in the late 1700s and went all the way through to, I think, the late 1800s. The system was supposed to be fairly brutal, and there was one section for men and one section for women. Now, the story of Nell at Bridewell is the classic What I Did for Love, except I got caned, birched, flogged, searched, and all sorts of other interesting things in the process. Nell got herself into a little bit of trouble, and being the poor girl, couldn't get herself out of it quite so easily as the aristocrats, and so she ended up in prison serving a sentence. And she was beaten, tortured, and all sorts of other things that made for very interesting reading in the late 1800s and early 1900s. And we are going to be adding this edition of Nell at Bridewell to the rare book section. So, if you are curious, you can always Google the title and get a copy for your own library. But if you would like to see some of the older versions, their print, kind of hold them, get a feeling for them, maybe get the vibrations of a previous owner, for that, you're going to have to come to the library. See you then.